Logan Paul is going viral after getting physical with his wife, Nina Agdal, in the back of a black Escalade. Cameras caught him grabbing her arm through the window, and as he stepped out, Nina appeared to stick her leg out, trying to trip him. The two tied the knot less than a month ago, but this clip has already raised questions about whether their marriage is off to a rocky start. From a chaotic wedding in Italy to rumors of deeper issues, fans are asking, are Logan and Nina already headed for trouble? The moment that set everything off was caught in broad daylight. In the video, Logan leans inside the Escalade, grabbing Nina's arm as if pulling her back toward him. It doesn't look like a playful tug. It looks tense, almost like an argument spilling into public view. As he finally exits the car, Nina pushes her leg forward in what many viewers believe was an attempt to trip him. He walks off without waiting for her, leaving cameras to capture the awkward exchange. What stands out isn't just the motion itself, but the timing. Newlyweds are usually still glowing in their honeymoon phase, yet here they were, locked in what looks like a power struggle before a crowd of onlookers. Whether it was a serious argument or just an ugly moment, the clip spread fast across social platforms, sparking endless debates about respect, control, and the true state of their marriage. If the Escalade moment raised eyebrows, their wedding just weeks earlier set the tone for trouble. Held in Lake Como, Italy, the ceremony looked glamorous on the surface. Designer gowns, celebrity guests, and breathtaking scenery. But behind the polished photos, chaos brewed. Logan shocked guests by literally punching the wedding cake alongside his brother Jake, turning what should have been a sweet moment into a spectacle. Then came his bizarre speech, where he shifted from love stories to divorce statistics, leaving the room uncomfortable. Rumors quickly followed that the marriage wasn't even legally binding in the US, making the Italian ceremony more symbolic than official. For critics, it was another sign that the relationship was more about show than substance. So, when the Escalade video went viral, people weren't surprised. To them, the wedding itself already felt like a red flag waving in plain sight. Even before the vows, some fans sensed cracks forming. During Nina's pregnancy, Logan played the role of protective partner, stepping in when he felt someone got too close. Back then, it painted him as caring and committed. But those moments now feel at odds with what the public just witnessed in the Escalade. The shift from defender to aggressor is hard to ignore. Adding to the doubts, Jake Paul once joked on his podcast that the relationship didn't seem fully real, suggesting the marriage might be more for appearances than love. Others point out how Logan often presents Nina as the perfect wife, rather than treating her as an equal. When you put it together, the odd wedding behavior, Jake's loose comments, and Logan's new public attitude, it paints a picture that's difficult to brush off. For many, the Escalade clip wasn't a surprise. It was confirmation. To really understand why the Escalade incident struck a nerve, you have to look at Logan's past. Both he and his brother Jake have hinted at growing up with a strict, sometimes abusive father. Jake has spoken openly about being on a healing journey, trying to break cycles and work on himself. Logan, on the other hand, doesn't appear to have taken the same path. Some critics suggest the aggressive streak that shows up in moments like the Escalade video may be a reflection of those unresolved family dynamics. Then there's the matter of Logan's ex, actress Chloe Bennett, who many fans still call the one who got away. Logan himself has admitted how much she meant to him, describing her as someone who brought light into his life and taught him empathy at a time when he desperately needed it. His public praise of Chloe stands in sharp contrast to how he now seems to treat Nina. Instead of admiration, what people see in Nina's case is tension, control, and distance. This comparison has fueled endless online chatter. Some believe Logan never fully moved on from Chloe, while others think Nina was always set up to play a role she could never really fulfill. For Nina, that shadow looms large. It makes the Escalade incident look less like an isolated argument and more like a sign she's stuck in a marriage where she'll always be chasing an impossible standard. Logan has spent the past year trying to reinvent himself as a WWE star, building credibility beyond YouTube scandals. Inside the ring, he plays the cocky showman, loud, brash, and unafraid to push boundaries. But outside the ring, that same persona is now bleeding into his personal life, and the public is noticing. The Escalade clip, with its flashes of aggression, looks like an extension of the arrogant character he plays on stage. The timing couldn't have been worse. Just weeks earlier, Logan went viral for his match against John Cena. Instead of winning respect, the fight was mocked online. with fans saying the choreography looked staged and awkward. For someone trying to cement himself in a new career, the last thing he needed was a viral moment painting him as disrespectful to his own wife. WWE thrives on spectacle, but it also relies on likability. Logan's growing reputation as an unstable partner risks bleeding into how audiences see him in the ring. To fans, the line between entertainer and husband is blurring, and not in a good way. What once looked like a calculated performance now feels uncomfortably real, and that could be more damaging to his career than any loss inside the ring. Once the Escalade footage went viral, the internet wasted no time dissecting every second. On TikTok and Twitter, viewers debated whether Nina's leg movement was an attempt to trip Logan or simply a way to hold him back. But either way, the narrative quickly tilted against him. Clips of Logan storming off without waiting for his wife circulated everywhere, framed as proof that he's dismissive and impatient. Fans on YouTube comment sections were even harsher, predicting divorce within a few years and joking that Nina was securing the bag. Some defended her, saying she looked like the weaker party in the exchange and deserved sympathy, while others criticized both of them for letting personal tensions spill into the public eye. The fact that Logan's career is built on spectacle only amplified the reaction. People don't know where the performance ends and reality begins. The debate also reached Reddit, where users connected the dots between the chaotic wedding, the bizarre divorce speech, and the Escalade argument. To them, the pattern was clear. This marriage is already built on shaky ground. Others went further, calling Nina a victim of image management, suggesting she was chosen to play a role in Logan's brand rather than being embraced as a true partner. What made it worse for Logan is that social media overwhelmingly sided with Nina. Even neutral commenters admitted that, fair or not, public sympathy leans toward the woman when the man has a history of playing violent roles in both boxing and wrestling. For Logan, the Escalade moment wasn't just a private spat. It became a viral referendum on his marriage, his character, and his future. So what started as a short clip outside a black Escalade has spiraled into a full-blown conversation about Logan Paul and Nina Agdal's marriage. In just a matter of weeks, they've gone from celebrating a picture-perfect wedding in Italy to being dissected online for every move and every look. The cake smashing, the awkward speeches, the family history, the WWE distractions. It all feeds into one question: is this marriage already crumbling, or are people reading too much into a single heated moment? For Logan, perception matters. His brand relies on public trust, and every time a video like this surfaces, it chips away at the polished image he tries to project. For Nina, sympathy may be on her side, but it also places her under a spotlight she never asked for. One thing is certain, this story is far from over, and the internet will be watching every step.